namaste. I wanted to take this time and do a little bit of shoulder opening and, really focus on shoulder and neck pain today. What we'll do first is we'll come all into a prayer's pose at the center of your chest just to get ourselves recentered. Focus on your breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. So shoulder and neck pain is so common. I suffer from it, and so many people out there suffer from it. And so I just wanted to take a little bit of time today and show you a few things that you can do, at home, or maybe in your office, or just taking a break before bed is good, or before work in the morning or whatever. This can kind of help you throughout the day. So what we'll do first is we'll go ahead and get ourselves recentered, go through our checklist, make sure we're rooted from the ground up, Mula Bandha engaged, Uddiyana Bandha, the abdominal lift, and then we'll come up, reach all the way up to the summit, and then kind of like making a snow angel, come down. Staying connected to the breath, up and down. Notice the dristi. So what we're doing is we'll look at the earth as we come down, and then as we breathe in, we'll look up towards the sky. And breathing out, lowering our dristi or our gaze. Now, that we've lowered down, we can engage our Jalandhara Bandha, the chin to the chest. Practice some more pranayama. Really letting that tension come out of our neck and into the shoulders. Remember to keep the spine straight, strong but relaxed, not stiff or rigid. As you inhale and exhale, focus your attention to the pain and tension in parts of your neck and shoulders, wherever they might be. On either side. Slowly raise your dristi or gaze back up towards the horizon. What we'll do first is now raise our hands back up to the summit. Turn our palms to behind us. And then bending the elbows, touching the hands onto the shoulder blades. Keeping that dristi still at the horizon. And just breathing. Maybe you can open up a little bit more gently. Moving the hands as necessary. Finding that spot. Perhaps some stuff in the triceps are tight. Pulling and yanking on things on the shoulders as well. And then lower your chin to the chest. And then bring the elbows to the chest. And taking the arms back behind you. Finding a spot where you can engage to the earth. Wherever it might be. Just press through with your Hasta Bandha, hands engaging into the earth. Almost like when we were doing Dhanurasana staff pose. But don't lift anything this time, just press through with the hands. I guess you could gently lift some of the bones if necessary, but really find that stretch. I'm looking for it more in the shoulders and also in the wrists and hands. Just breathe. And gently let that go, making a couple of stop signs out in front of you. A couple rolls of the wrists and hands. Now this time, and I'll be in the mirror from you, I'll invite you to take your right hand and place it right on your shoulder. So it'll look kind of like this. And we'll take our left hand and come up and just put our palm of the hand right on top of the elbow. Maybe getting some more stretch in those triceps. See those arms, they get so tight, they pull. You can just grab onto the elbow and bring the elbow down to the chest, back up. Now with the other side. Find that stretch. Wherever it's tight, obviously, you'll find the tension and the strain, so be careful of your edge of comfort. Be mindful of that. Just breathe into anywhere that's tight in this part of the body. Let your body relax. Excellent. Next, what we'll do is go back through our checklist, get nice and centered, and then gently touch our left ear to our left shoulder. And to aid with that, we can take our left hand and gently place it onto the side of our head. And you can press just slightly. Now this is obviously going to start to stretch the right side of the body, so you can just keep your right hand on your knee, or if you want a little bit more intensity, you can just bring your arm back behind your back, kind of towards your tailbone, or resting it onto the earth. But keep your body straight as you're sitting, and then just gently get that stretch in the neck, wherever it might be. And then gently let that go. Breathe and get centered. And then simply switch to the other side. So take it step by step. First, just take the right ear and head it towards the shoulder without like leaning or tilting to it. Just, obviously you're not going to literally touch the ear or the shoulder, but in that manner. Notice your chin and your focus. You don't want to have like a slouch or a bend. Just coming over to the side slightly. And you can bring that arm either on your lap or behind you. Right hand touching the side of your head. Point the elbow out to the side. And then just gently pull down to where you find a comfortable stretch. Where it's not too intense, where you feel it, but you're not, overstraining yourself. Nice deep inhales and exhales, soothing. And slowly and gently relax that and let it go. Next, we'll again touch our chin to the chest, Jalandhara, if you will. And then slowly, just have your hands in a mudra or facing the sky, the palms, just relaxing. Almost like if we were going to meditate here, and then just gently bring that Jalandhara, chin to chest. Finding that stretch. And then start to roll gently the shoulders up and back. So a little bit forward, up towards the ears, and back. You can also hold your hands in your lap. Or at prayer center. And you'll notice that each spot, if you try to put your hands in a different area, you'll notice different types of stretch. But just find whatever is comfortable for you, whatever feels the best. As you inhale and exhale, so together, breathing in and then breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And let that go. Recenter. Next, what we'll do is like a prep or easy variation for a seated eagle. What we'll do is here in Sukhasana, or half lotus if you'd like, wherever is comfortable for you. And you can do this in a chair at your desk and stuff like that too, or just wherever. Now what we'll do is we'll bring our hands out to the side, arms and hands, and then this time take the left hand and bring it around the right. Have this right hand and arm right in front of you, just like if you're going right in the center of your nose, making a line to kind of split screen your face. And then this left hand kind of comes around underneath the elbow. And we don't want to like get too far and intense to it. So we'll just kind of bring our hands here so that the hands are kind of back to back. But you're now finding that stretch in the shoulders. And if you can get closer or completely go, I sure can, I'm too tight in my shoulders myself. So right here is just comfortable enough for me. Remember, it's how you go, not how far you go. Just breathe. You're going to do each of these for about 3 to 5 breaths on each side. And then as you exhale, you release. Bring the hands out to the side. And then now focus on the other side. So now you got that left hand pointing up. Again, I'm in the mirror. And wow, I've got a lot more tension and tightness in this side. I can't bring my arm around the way I did on the other. So we'll just find wherever is comfortable, wherever works for me without causing pain or discomfort, and finding that stretch. And just breathe. We've all been through pain and accidents and things in our past. And what we're doing is we're slowly starting to heal and find relief. Now notice my hands are in a much different way than they were on the other side. And that's because of pain and discomfort that I suffer daily. So I don't want to exert that going beyond that edge of comfort, but still finding a stretch that works for me. And release. Maybe a couple more shoulder shrugs. Really get into it nice and deep. We want to roll the shoulders back Some people do shoulder shrugs and they'll go forward too, and I say, nah, that's not necessary. We're shrugging our shoulders forward all the time. Let's unwind it. Really just kind of massaging the back and the shoulders with our own body. And smile. And next, what we'll do, you can either go into rock or hero, or you can stay here in Sukhasana, and we'll do some simple neck rolls. So again, tucking the chin to the chest, and then going over to our right side, breathing in, coming around once we're at the top. As we come down, start the exhale. And breathing out. Try to keep the shoulders square. Breathing in. And breathing out as we come down. If you hear any nitrogen gas dispersing in the neck, the little popping, feeling or sounds, that's okay, that's healthy. It's not your bones grinding together. One more. Nice and gentle. Take a nice breath in, breathe out. The chin to the chest, and then breathing in. Going now to the left side. Breathing in. And breathing out. Again, you might notice what side was tighter or tenser or whatever the word might be. More tense, tightness, where you can't go as far on one side as you did the other. Stuff that you might note in your journal if you're keeping a yoga journal to record your progress and things that you've learned and are doing. Also a good place to put questions so that if you have any, you can ask me. Breathing in. Breathing out. Nice, long and slow. Excellent. Now, recenter. Come on up to the summit. And this time I'll invite you to take your right hand and place it to your side, pointing your fingers out to your right, and then keeping the left hand up into the sky. And kind of like what we would do in gate pose, this time just do it from Sukhasana. Sliding that right hand as your body tilts over to the right. Try to be in a straight line, don't lunge forward or rock too far back. I always say stay within the imaginary walls of your mat, which is why I switched to this mat going horizontally for you. We just stay in line with that. And then if you feel comfortable, you can start to raise your focus up to the palm of your hand. Stretches down in this area of the back. which can be tight and pulling and tugging, causing pain on the upper part. And then back up to a summit. And then we'll switch to the other side, nice and gentle, at your pace. Keep the seat rooted down to the earth equally. And find this kind of seated gait pose. As far as stretching is concerned, also we want to be strengthening the arms and shoulders and neck. Avoiding pain and discomfort and coming out of that. Excellent. So now what we'll do is we'll sutra to tabletop. So of course we bring up the left or the right hand, swing the leg around, engage the hands, and then press into tabletop, bringing that left leg through the center of the body. From here, we'll do a couple of rounds of cat and cow. Breathing in to cat, and out into cow. Into cat. Out to cow. Into cat. Out to cow. And then back into tabletop. And this time from tabletop, just start to press through the hands, pushing the body back. Almost like you're going into puppy dog, but really we're going into summit balasana. So that means that the seat will come closer to the feet and the heels. Summit balasana, and then you just gently touch your forehead to the earth and be in summit balasana. Gently just slide your hands back towards the body and into balasana, or child's pose. And then you can try rabbit. So engage the toes to the earth, and then just take your hands and grab onto the sides of the outsides of the foot. Touch the crown of the head to the earth. And breathe here in rabbit. As you breathe and filling those lungs up with oxygen, you'll really feel the stretch in your middle part of your back. All this stuff in here. And gently come out of that. Now we're going to do some shoulder opening. So back into tabletop. What we'll do is we'll kind of rock our bodies back. Take our left hand and bring it through and underneath the right hand. And then bring the seat up towards the sky. and get our left shoulder onto the earth. Just rest on the side of our head, the left side, and find that shoulder open. Gently sliding out of that, back into tabletop. Get yourself recentered. What I do is I come back a little bit, bring the right hand out, come underneath the left, and then start sliding the left hand out. Put the knuckles onto the earth, and then touch the right shoulder and the right side of the head onto the earth. And the seat will naturally come up. And we breathe nice and slow. 3 count in, 3 count out. Slight pause in between. Gently coming out of that, back into tabletop. Stepping back with the right and then the left into Palakasana. We'll hold here for a minute. If you need to be on your knees, that's fine. We want to put some strength back too. And then pressing back into downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll go into upward facing dog or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So from downward dog, bend the elbows, start bringing the chest down towards the earth, but just skim right over the top of the ground or your mat. And almost like cobra, but notice my toes are engaging into the earth. And my body, legs, and midsection and stuff aren't touching the earth. We're in an upward facing dog. And come back through, downward dog. Palakasana. Ashtanga, knees, chest, and chin to the earth. And then disengage the toes. And press through into Bhujangasana. And then slowly come out of that. Just wanted to warm the back up because we'll do some locusts. But before we do that, let's rest here in a prone. Knuckles on the earth, hands next to the side. Just lay on that left cheek. And breathe. Feeling any tension. Tightness in the shoulder and neck. Switch. And notice which side was tight or more tight than the other side. You just become aware of those things. And then you note it in your journal. And then you note the progress every few weeks or so. Okay. So we'll kind of come into a Sphinx for a second. Rewarm that back, lower back up. It's all connected. Things pull and are tight and tense, and it causes pain in different parts of the body. It's just the way it is. Uh, inflamed muscles or overstretched muscles, they're, lack of a better description, just yanking and tugging on stuff. Different bones or, inflamed muscles, pinching nerves, causing all kinds of stuff. And then we'll come into a locust. Shalambasana. And then extend out into a full locust. Turn the hands and swim, swim, swim back into shoulder open locust. You can take a breath here, releasing the feet back down to the earth. And then breathe in and come into your shoulder open locust. And then let that go back into your prone. Engaging the hands. Pressing back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, countering those back bends. And then coming back into tabletop. And into Balasana one more time. We'll do a Summit Balasana. Slowly lock the hands and fingers behind the back any way you'd like. And open up the shoulders a little bit more. Maybe try rabbit one more time. And this time, we'll go into the puppy dog pose. Get that stretch in there. Come up on your fingers if you'd like. It's a little bit more intense. Gently back into tabletop. Get centered. Nice and easy in tabletop. Cat. And cow. Cat. Cow. Tabletop. And then suture back to the seat. Coming back to the seat. Go through your meditation checklist. Feel those arms being able to flap like an eagle's wings. Any tension, you can go one side or the other. So what we'll do is we'll now go left or right ear to right shoulder. and behind the back. And then we'll only roll the left shoulder. So what I'm doing is I'm locking my fingers together. And I'm just working one shoulder at a time. Just leave your hands where they are, or you can switch how they're interlocked. Come over to that other side, left ear to left shoulder, and just simply now circle the right shoulder. Now, another thing you can do, if you need to get a little bit more of a stretch out of there, is so you can clasp onto your wrist of your right arm, bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Don't lift the shoulder up, just come down naturally. But you're kind of pulling a little bit on the right arm, and then begin your shoulder rolls there. But if you need to just interlock the fingers, that's fine too. But if you need a little bit deeper of a stretch, you would go this way. Because as you pull here, you're going to get that stretch in here, shoulder. Get the other side that way. And this is my tight one. Oh my goodness, this one's really tight. And we're basically just massaging our own shoulder. But I wanted to save this for last once things really got warmed up and loosened. And you can really find it if you got to make any adjustments with your head. Slowly let that back down. Chin to chest one more time. One more set of circles. Just one on each side. Thank you for joining me for this short medium video. Hopefully relieving some pressure in your shoulders and neck and back, really, because remember, all that stuff's connected together. Stuff's yanking, pulling, inflamed, tight, tense, knotted up, overstretched, so it's pulling one side and the other side's knotted up and it's pulling against stuff in there. Everyone's got different stuff. They've had injuries, they've fallen, been in car accidents. So any way that we can find some relief through some simple modifications of yoga asanas without causing any pain or discomfort is healthy. I hope you enjoyed this and have found some relief from today's little sequence. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And with great love and great respect, namaste.